Alright, in this video I'm going to show you a couple ways to export your After Effects file so you can make it into an MP4. So there are two ways. So the first way is you come up here and you say export. And why is it not letting me do that? Oh, very important thing. Actually, I almost forgot. You have to make sure you're on the main composition, the one you want to export. So I mess that up all the time accidentally. So just make sure you've clicked it here, or you can go and make sure you're in it here, and I can tell I've selected it because it's got a blue line around it. And then I'm going to say export, and I can, let's see, the first one I'm going to show you is to add to the render queue. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up a render queue right within After Effects. And then down here, let's see, do I have two of these? Yes, I loaded one earlier as an example. But okay, so I can come in here and I can change my settings. Best resolution. Okay. I don't like this way as much as the other way I'm going to show you. But here, let me check my output too, and this tells me where it's going to go. And then I can choose, well, see, this way just doesn't let me choose. So I don't like this way as much, but I can say save. And then I need to hit render, and it will render that for me. And again, I just want to reiterate, don't take the playback in After Effects as what it is going to look like when you export it. All right. All right, and that happy little sound tells me that this is successfully exported. I tend not to use that way. It's a little quicker, but you don't have as many options. So here's what I would prefer that you do is go to export and add it to the Adobe Encoder queue. Now I have Encoder already opened here, and I've got a bunch of things in my render queue. But what it'll do, it'll put it up here, and then actually it just came in down here. Oh, because guess what? I was on the wrong composition. So let me go back and show you, because this down here is what just got put in my queue. And I was in the wrong composition, so it only exported this. So let's go back. That's a good mistake to make. So I can show you. Let me just, all right, let me close this out. All right. So let's do this again. I want to make sure I'm in my demo. I told you I screw that up all the time. So it happens. So you want to make sure you're in the main composition, and then go to export. And I'm going to say add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. One thing about Media Encoder, it takes a while to load, and it is not an instant process. So the first, especially if it's the first time you're opening Encoder, which it shouldn't be this semester, but it may take a while. And it is a memory hog. So don't be trying to export a bunch of stuff when you're trying to work on other things. It's not going to end well for you. So this should be my new I have no words left, but this should be my new composition that's waiting up here. And let's see. Yep. It's already going, but if it wasn't already, I've got it on auto encode, which yours won't be. Remember to hit the little green arrow, and that will make it render. Okay, so I'll let that render. Again, exit out of, I would encourage you to save and exit out of Premiere before you try to encode in the Media Encoder. All right, so hopefully that's a quick introduction to After Effects. Feel free to play around with it if you're comfortable with what I showed you and you want to push it a little bit. By all means, play around with it. But don't. The one thing I don't like After Effects for is that sometimes students get really carried away with the effects, and you still want it to be about your soundscape. All right, but have fun. It is a fun program to play with.